guys, today I'm going to show you how I got this look. I'm portraying Emma from Monster Family, and it was super fun to do. That movie is super cute, and since she's a vampire, I would have vampire teeth in. I do have like a little set of them, but I can't really talk with them in that's at all coherent, so I don't have them in, but that's an option if you guys want. So if you want to see how I got this look, please keep watching. Okay guys, let's get started. First I want to show you how I got this white streak in my hair. I'm going to be taking this e.l.f. high definition powder in the shade Sheer and applying that directly on there after first spraying this Garnier Fructis Sleek and Shine hairspray. It applied so easily and so well. I had found kind of instructions online, but I was surprised at how easily it worked. Just make sure you follow that step first. Hairspray, then powder, or else you'll darken it up and it'll defeat the purpose. Then I'm taking my Ulta Beauty color correcting concealer because I have really bad dark under eye circles and it cancels it out. It's in the shade Peach. And then I'm going to start on the fun stuff. I'm taking a white little sponge and going into this Wet n Wild paint palette. It's the Smoky palette, and taking that white color towards the bottom middle row and start coloring my face like a vampire. Her face is very, very pale, so that's the process that I'm sticking with here. Make sure that you get your ears and your neck and try to blend as much as you possibly could. I was trying not to get it on my shirt because this isn't actually the Halloween costume that I will have, but you want to cover as much as humanly possible, get all the angles so that, you know, everything matches, because I'm definitely not that pale of a person. I'm also very, very aware that I miss some spots, and it's the best I could do with the angle that I was in. So that's why I'm saying definitely check different mirrors and ask people around you, because I definitely miss some spots. This is, though, the most tedious part because you have to cover so much with white paint and you got to build up the layers, guys, and blend. But after we've done that, I'm going to apply my e.l.f. brow pencil in the shade Neutral Brown and just start doing my eyebrows. I filled them in because it's just my natural kind of shape and did mine. The character has thinner brows, but I just worked with what I got. You got to be fast with these things. Then I'm going to take my Wet n Wild paint palette. This one is the Neutrals palette, and take that dark brown shade in the top left hand corner and start making the widow's peak that I don't have at all. So I realized really fast that that was too light of a color, so then I went into my Wet n Wild multi-stick in the shade Black and covered that and then started blending it into my hairline. That was the hardest part for me because I thought it would be a lot easier to just draw on since I have pretty dark hair. I mean, it's brown, but it's still pretty dark. But it was harder than I thought to get it all to work. And I exaggerated it down the side of my face more because hers was a lot broader than I thought originally. So I kept looking at the picture back and forth, but I had to reshape kind of my facial structure and hairline a bit and blend that like crazy into the hairline, so you can see me going into the actual hair. It was actually really easy to wash out too, so don't be too afraid with the multi-stick to get it in there. It washed out really easily, but I really had to draw it in there and get all the balding spots and really fix it up. It was pretty hard. Now I'm taking some more white paint and fixing up that line that I had messed up. It was exhausting and tedious, but fun. Now I'm taking this Wet n Wild MEGALAST retractable eyeliner in the shade Blackest Black and going over my eyebrows to darken it up as much as the hairline. Could have just like totally skipped the other step and made this faster, but I didn't realize that it was going to have to be jet black. So just letting you know, just go with black from the start. Then I'm taking this L.A.GIRL iLuxe Mesmerizing Glamorize eyeshadow palette and taking that bright purple shade and putting that all over my lids. I'm going to work it into the crease as well, but it was hard to build up the color at first, so I will be applying a little bit of a setting spray onto my brush just to enhance it a little bit more. See, that's what I'm doing now. And it made it glide on just a lot more easily. She didn't have too many shadows going on, so I just worked with this dark purple shade. Plus I realized I didn't have too many purple shadows, so maybe I need to, you know, change it up and grab some more. But purple's not a shade that I use too often. How about you guys? This eyeshadow also had a lot of fallout, so I had to clean that up and then blend it out some more. It actually blended out fairly easily. It's just the fallout was a little bit sad. And I also brought it down to the bottom lash line because you can see it peeking through on the character. They like show it, the black eyeliner and some purple down there. So I'm just bringing it down and smoking it out. Then I'm taking my Starlit Studios Heart eyeliner in black and just winging out the top lash line. She has a tiny bit of a wing, so I definitely did wing it out for her. And I wanted it to be really jet black because that's kind of how the characters is. Once that's done, I'm going to take my Wet n Wild MEGALAST retractable eyeliner in Blackest Black again and apply that on the bottom lash line. This has to be thick, it has to be smoked out. Her eyes are like the biggest emphasis, so I really wanted to do it justice. And you'll see that I'll add white paint under my eyes to brighten up even more because she doesn't have tons of makeup on. It's basically blush, eyes, and the lips, which could be a lot, but the emphasis is definitely the lips and the eyes. So just letting y'all know. Then I'm taking my L.A.GIRL Eye Luxe Mesmerizing palette again in Glamorize and taking that light pink shade and working that on my brow bone. You definitely want to build up that color because hers has this pinky hue, purpley hue on the brow bone, and it's very pretty. Now I'm going to put on my BURTS chapstick because my lips felt a little bit dry. Then I'm going to take my Maybelline Mega Plush Volume Express mascara and apply that to the top and bottom lash line. You know, it's the finishing touch to this eye look. Then I'm taking my Wet n Wild Megalast Liquid Catsuit Matte Lipstick in the shade Berry Recognize and applying that all over my lips. It was the closest color I could get. And then taking my Sexy Mother Pucker in the Berry thing to top it off. It's a really pretty gloss. I absolutely love how this turned out. Then I'm going to be taking more white paint and just applying more. Like I said, you have to add a little bit to build up the color, so I'm doing that. And then I'm taking my Wet n Wild paint palette in the brights and taking that hot pink shade for my blush. It's really pretty. You don't want to go too overboard. It worked well on top of the white paint, so I was just trying to sheer it out a little like the characters, but all in all, it worked great. Then you'll notice that I add my cape like the characters, and I realized that I forgot my mole, so I applied that with the Starlit Studios eyeliner, and you're all set. Okay guys, so that's everything for this look. I hope it was super easy for you guys to understand and follow along with. I think you can do the teeth, but it's really hard to talk in them. So if you can get maybe those fake like pieces that you put on your teeth, that would be way easier. This I got from the dollar store actually. It's my son's. It's pretty big though, but you can buy these in adult sizes. It's just my adult cape isn't red like hers is, so I just went with the child's one that I had on hand. The earrings, she has like little red, basically very little earrings, but this is the closest thing I had, so I used them and I feel like it still goes with the look. And then this was surprisingly easy to do and it stayed on, and literally I used the e.l.f. Setting powder there, the white kind, and set it with the hairspray. The trick is though, it says to set it after you've put on the white powder with hairspray, but that darkens it, so just spray it first and then add it on top, and it stays pretty darn well if you ask me. So I tried to show you that in the beginning, just explaining it one more time. But all in all, I think this is my last Halloween video just because I can't think of anything else at the moment. I mean, I may be inspired towards the end of the month-ish, but let me know if you have any ideas, because everything that I can think of is really played out on YouTube and people did it amazingly well that there's really no need for me to do it. So yeah, let me know what else you guys have in mind, and I will see you guys in the next video. Love you guys. Bye.